It's our third day in Newfoundland, and we're waking up in St. John's ready for another day of exploring. But first, we took some time to enjoy the beautiful St. John's Harbour and check out these famous dog statues along the waterfront.
Today, we're getting out of town and expanding our experiences on the Raw. Today, we hit the road to Cape Spear and Petty Harbour. Cape Spear Lighthouse National Historic Site is a beautiful 20-minute drive from St. John's, and you'll first enter a free parking lot. Once out of the car, you'll see a welcome center as well as bathrooms. In fact, there's even a cafe on site for you to enjoy.
The 45-foot high lighthouse that first catches your eye at Cape Spear is still in use today and was built in 1955. Even through the thick fog on this June morning, it stood out immediately.
We take the stairs up to the lighthouse and look around, marveling at the sight of such a structure. When you visit, take your time looking at this newer active lighthouse, enjoying it from all angles.
It was so foggy on the day we were there, you couldn't see past where the land ended, and you could only hear the water below along with the wind coming off the ocean. At first, we were disappointed to miss out on the views, but that quickly changed. It was such a unique experience that felt like something out of a Stephen King movie.
From there, make your way over to the original Cape Spear Lighthouse. It was in operation from 1836 until 1955, when the newer lighthouse took over. And one of the coolest details is that the Cantwell family looked after the lighthouse for generations. There's even a plaque near the lighthouses recognizing their role.
Take a walk around this ancient lighthouse and be sure to go inside. It has been turned into a museum to commemorate its history.
Next, make your way back toward the Welcome Center and toward some more outstanding sites at the Cape Spear Lighthouse National Historic Site. While we were there, we continuously heard the blast of a foghorn, which added to the experience and the setting.
You can walk around Cape Spear in pretty much any direction you'd like, and there are great paths that make it easy to explore. I think most people probably head to the lighthouse first, and after visiting both of them, we followed the coastline towards some other historic parts of the site.
Cape Spear is a lot more history than just the lighthouses. During the Second World War, it was turned into a coastal defense site to help protect the entrance to St. John's Harbour. 2 massive coastal guns were installed here with barrels more than 30 feet long and the ability to fire shells weighing hundreds of pounds out towards the ocean.
These guns weren't just for show. Their job was to keep enemy ships and submarines away from St. John's Harbour. Walking around the old gun emplacements, bunkers, and underground passageways in the fog made the whole place feel even more ominous.
It's a really interesting part of the site, and you can learn a lot just by walking through the bunkers, seeing the guns, and taking in how much history is built into this place.
We now live in Windsor, Ontario, which is actually the southernmost part of Canada. So while we were at Cape Spear, we were excited to visit Canada's most easterly point, which is marked by a plaque. Definitely don't miss the chance to see it and get a photo.
One of my favorite things about Cape Spear was turning around and seeing the lighthouse in the distance, surrounded by fog.
Once we felt like we had seen everything we wanted to see at Cape Spear, we stopped into the gift shop and made our way back to the vehicle.
On our way out, we had to pull over. After being in the fog for so long, these views really stood out to us, and we wanted to stop for a minute to fully appreciate how beautiful it was.
As we were driving out on Blackhead Road, we saw a sign for the Blackhead One-Room School Museum, and we had to turn in. First, we stopped to enjoy the views at the bottom of Blackhead Village Road, and then we made our way into this unique, free-to-visit museum, although donations are appreciated.
It's a small local museum inside an 1879 building that originally served as a one-room school and later as a chapel. It was actually their first day open for the season, so we got a quick tour from a wonderful lady who grew up in the area and actually attended the one-room school as a child. We learned a bit about the local community history, left a small donation, and we're definitely glad we stopped.
Next up, Petty Harbour. Petty Harbour is a small fishing village just outside St. John's, and it offers that perfect picturesque Newfoundland setting. This is exactly the kind of place you hope to find when visiting this province.
It's a small fishing village of about 950 people with colorful houses, boats in the harbor, steep hills all around you, and ocean views everywhere you look. Even just parking and walking around gives you plenty to take in.
I'd recommend walking around the harbor and just following the activity. It looks straight out of a movie. If you're open to spending a few dollars and want to do something a little different, I'd also recommend visiting the Petty Harbour Mini Aquarium. Admission was $12 for adults and $7 for kids aged 3 to 17. The mini aquarium focuses on local Newfoundland marine life and has creatures like starfish, crabs, capelin, and more. You can even hold some of the crabs and starfish.
The mini aquarium was a quick little attraction, but we enjoyed it, especially because it gave us a chance to get out of the cold. Petty Harbour felt noticeably colder on this day than St. John's and Cape Spear. When we came back outside, we were taken aback by the beauty of Petty Harbour all over again, so we kept wandering around a little longer before heading back to St. John's.
Petty Harbour and Cape Spear were fantastic, and we obviously love St. John's. Honestly, we always have the best time in Newfoundland, and we were sad to leave. But we were happy to get home and see our pug, Lily May, and give her the new toy we picked up for her in Newfoundland, a whale stuffy. We got to see whales and Lily got a whale toy. Everyone wins.
Well, that wraps up our time in the wonderful province of Newfoundland for the second year in a row. Be sure to check out the other videos we made from Newfoundland, along with our videos from PEI, Ontario, and beyond.
We also have more videos coming soon, and we'd love to share them with you, so please hit like and subscribe if you want to follow along.